In this video, we'll cover questions 15 to 21 from the General Training Reading section of Book 19, Test 1. The question type is gap fill or complete the sentences. These questions follow the same order as the information in the text. First, we'll scan each question for any keywords which will help us find the location of the answer in the passage. Then we'll find the tentative location in the passage. After that, read the question carefully, figure out the answer, and then move on to the next one. Here are a few basic things that might be useful to keep in mind when working with this passage. The passage is giving advice to someone in a leadership position. So when it says you in the passage, it refers to the leader. This is crucial to understand the overall message and tone of the text. Also, the passage is divided into sections or paragraphs. Recognizing these sections helps us in understanding the order and focus of the information. The answers are usually spread over throughout the passage, which means one paragraph may have one or maybe two answers, and there could be some paragraphs in which we will not find any answer at all. Let's start with the 15th question. Initially, a great leader needs to focus on gaining the blank of the staff. Some words we can keep in mind are initially, focus on, gaining something. In the passage, we can see the phrase from the outset here. So let's focus on this paragraph. The paragraph starts with the phrase from the outset, which means initially, and later the phrase first few weeks is also mentioned, which also means initially. The word staffed or any of its synonyms are not mentioned, but the word people in this context refers to staff. The phrase work hard to earn their trust means the leader should focus on gaining the trust of the staff. Here, there refers to the staff. So, a leader or you should focus on gaining or earning the trust of the staff. This entire paragraph is about what the leaders should do in the beginning, or initially, or at the outset, or in the first few weeks. However, the exact answer isn't located near the phrase from the outset. The first few weeks is mentioned later in the passage and it is closer to the answer. So, you need to carefully read the context of the whole paragraph. The 16th question says, a leader should decide on blank that their staff is happy to fulfill. So, there is something the leader needs to decide on, and this something the staff needs to happily do. This is where we had found the answer to the previous question. We'll start with the next paragraph now. Part of the leader's brief is to set bold goals. Brief means the main instructions or could be the job. So, part of the leader's job is to set bold goals or targets. The word goals is the key idea here. They and them after this sentence refers to the goals. Everyone in the organization is referring to the staff. Buys into them means to agree with them. Willing to do something is to happily do something. So, everyone in the organization is willing to or happy to achieve or fulfill the goals. The leader needs to decide the goals. Everyone in the organization is willing to work to fulfill them or to fulfill these goals. The tricky part here is that this part of the question is mentioned in one sentence, and this part of the question comes in a different sentence, a much longer sentence. So we need to understand that they and them here are referring to the goals. The answer to the 16th question is goals. The 17th question says leaders should involve their staff in the process of producing a different something. So something is to be produced, and in the process, the leaders should involve the staff. This is where we had found the answer to the previous question, but whole of this paragraph was covered when looking for that answer. So we'll start with this paragraph. These are the words we keep in mind as we scan the passage. Involve is mentioned both in the question as well as the passage. Involve them means involve the people means the staff. If things need changing, tell people and involve them. So when it says tell people, it means the leader should tell the people or the leader should tell the staff and involve the staff in making the changes by participating in the design of or in the producing of a new strategy or a different strategy. So the answer to the 17th question is strategy. The 18th question is if tricky issues arise, leaders should give staff the space to find blank to them. This is where we had found the answer to the previous question. Let's start after this. When looking for the answer to this question, we actually will need to skip a paragraph, but let's quickly look at what these paragraphs say. This is the end of the previous paragraph. It just says that if the team or if the staff is too careful or is avoiding risks, give them a chance to be clear about what you want. Giving them or giving the staff chance could be similar to giving them space. But there is no mention of tricky issues arising here. Also, when understanding this question, it is important to understand that to give space to someone does not always mean literal space. Space can be to give someone a cabin or some area that they can work in, but it can also mean just giving someone the freedom to do things on their own without interfering. This is something we need to keep in mind. This paragraph is slightly tricky with the mention of them and us culture. Them and us culture means a division between one group being different from the other. It's like forming groups within the office, or the seniors being one group and the juniors being another group. However, this paragraph has no mention of any issues arising or giving space. It's important to give staff time or give them space to come up with or to find new ideas and solutions that will fix new problems. We do not have a synonym for the word tricky in the passage. New problems are mentioned. This refers to the tricky issues or the tricky problems. In the question, this them refers to the tricky issues. The passage talks about finding two things: ideas and solutions. The answer is solutions because you find solutions to problems or you find solution to issues. You do not find ideas to issues. So the answer to the 18th question is solutions. I personally found this question difficult. I initially struggled to locate the answer because we had to skip paragraphs and I was unsure of whether the answer could be in this paragraph. So when I first attempted this reading, I found the answer to the 17th question. I was struggling with 18th a little, so I moved on to the 19th question. After finding the answer to the 19th question, I looked for the answer to the 18th one between these two. The 19th question is: leaders need to encourage their staff to feel blank in the past achievements of the company. There is some mention of years ago, early pioneers in this paragraph. So, this is the paragraph we focus on. It is likely or it is possible that the formula that makes the business you are managing successful, the formula here means the method to make something successful, will have been created many years ago. Till here, we are talking about something that happened many years ago. What should the staff be encouraged to feel? Honor these early pioneers. Early pioneers means people who began something new from the past and instill a sense of pride across the organization. Across the organization refers to the staff as well as the leaders. Instill means to teach something slowly or gradually over a period of time. So, leaders should encourage the staff to feel pride in whatever the company achieved many years ago. This sentence, starting with honor those early pioneers, could be read as leaders need to honor those early pioneers and instill a sense of pride among the staff. The answer to the 19th question is pride. The 20th question says it is important for leaders to agree to a certain degree of blank when necessary. This is where we had found the answer to the previous question. We start with this paragraph. A certain degree means a little bit of or some when necessary if the situation calls for it. It is important for leaders. Leaders need to agree, accept some risk or a certain degree of risk. The answer to the 20th question is risk. The 21st question says if leaders find the blank of the company exciting, their staff will be more motivated to work hard. So, we are looking for something that the leaders find exciting. This is where we had found the answer to the previous question. We can see the mention of the word passionate and enthusiastic here, which correspond to the word exciting from the question. Show you are passionate and enthusiastic. Show to whom? Show to the staff. The you here is the leader. So the leader needs to show to the staff that they are passionate or enthusiastic or they are excited by something. People here means the staff spend a large part of their lives working for an organization, and having a leader who is genuinely thrilled or genuinely excited about its future. It means the company's future or the organization is hugely inspiring to the staff. It is inspiring to the staff if the leader is excited, and if it is inspiring to the staff will be motivated to work hard. The leader is thrilled by the future of the company, or if leaders find the future of the company thrilling or exciting. The answer to the 21st question is future. On your screen, you can see locations of all the answers in the passage. Notice that the questions are in the same order as the answers in the text. It's also noteworthy that there isn't more than one answer in any single paragraph. While this is not a strict rule, It's often the case and can help you locate answers more efficiently during the test. With this, we are done with all the questions of this passage. I'll continue solving this reading test in the forthcoming videos. I hope you found this video useful. All the very best.